Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I had me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it.
What up? We are here. The realest podcast ever on Revolt Podcast Network. I'm your humble host, C. Diddy.
I'm Matt Kane, better known as Matt Makes Me Sick. I should introduce myself before we start.
Yes.
Fucking fool every week.
On a new platform, man, here on Revolt Podcast Network. This is our first episode. We've been teasing this for a while to our existing audience. Anybody that's new here, ni hao. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say whenever they talk about a basketball player with shitty game.
Yeah.
Ni hao, Dylan Brooks.
I wasn't ready for that one.
But yeah, we're here, man. We've been teasing this for a while, but
so wait, what does ni hao mean?
Hello.
Okay, so what's konnichiwa?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I think
it's in a song.
I think I made all of that up.
You probably did. I don't listen to you.
Maybe ni hao is good night because it's 2 words.
I know konnichiwa is something.
Yeah, but that's Japanese.
So what did you speak?
Chinese.
That's not, Chinese isn't a thing.
Mandarin.
Okay. Anyway.
This is what y'all can expect from the show. You know, for those of you that are new here, this guy here.
I really wanted to be serious to start off. Shit.
For those of you that are new here, we have been, you know, we're some pod vets. We've been doing this thing for a minute, man. We've got extensive content library. We've talked to the best of them, talked to the worst of them. We talked to former mayors, billionaires, pit bull lords, and everybody in between. You know what I mean? So we cover a lot of ground here at TRPE, and we look forward to onboarding y'all, man, to this experience as we move forward with Revolt Podcast Network. I guess today's show was kind of like an intro, a review, a forecast. It's like a lot of different things mixed in. Before we get into all of that, I do want to say that we're reporting live here from our sponsorship partner at the Frame Complex, 222 Market Street here in Philly. Follow them on social media at Frame PHL.
Our temporary home while things are getting constructed.
They have a restaurant downstairs. We're upstairs in the lounge, unframed. You see it here. And then you see we got TRP and Revolt, man. So, you know, it doesn't get more official than little letters slid onto like a club on a club joint. You know what I'm saying? It's,
you want to make a statement in black culture? You put that shit on a club board.
You put that shit on the club board, it's official. So you know what I mean?
Up.
So shout out to everybody that's here, that's listening. Shout out to all of the existing listeners that's coming along for the journey, man, and everybody that's been here since day 1, day 2, or day 100, man. So we look forward to, you know, going on this journey with y'all as we, we begin to expand our audience, expand our reach and everything like that. But I think probably the most proper way to start this thing is to talk about, I guess, you know, where it started. And we haven't done a lot of that here on our platform. We've done it on other shows.
I was about to ask, do you get sick of telling the story ever? Like, do it become a little redundant? Because you go on all these different shows and all these different platforms, and it's like, so how'd y'all start, man? And then you just like, I was
7 years ago, literally. But no, so I mean, this thing started, you know, roughly about 7 years ago. You know, it became a situation where, you know, me and this guy met on social media. We forged a friendship and a bond, and at a point we became neighbors. And at the point we became neighbors, we started to hang out, see each other, talk even more frequently or whatever. He was a SEPTA operator for 13, 14 years? 13 years, recently retired, took early retirement, got up out of there, you know what I mean? Just in the nick of time. We're not going to say why. There's stuff going on in the news. And maybe y'all seen it.
Real quick, time out. In the story, you talking about when we used do you remember how good life was when we was neighbors?
Oh, it was phenomenal.
Like, I was having a conversation.
No crime.
Dog, rent was like $1,000. Like, dog.
That shit is over.
Dog. I was talking to somebody the other day, was just like, yo, I can't find a decent apartment for less than $2,000. I'm just like,
it doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
Anywhere else that if you live somewhere and your rent is under $2,000, hopefully you get a pistol as your sign-on bonus. Yeah. Like, remember they used to give you like a free month of rent? No, just give me a Glock 37X, like a little compact joke.
You moving in, they telling you to go to the hardware store and get a lock. Yeah, door ain't got no lock.
You know, get the big lock. You know what I'm saying? Them boat cutters, they knocked them little small Jones out.
Yo, we dead ass was up there chilling. It wasn't no bullshit popping off.
Yeah, life was great,
You could sit outside all night.
Nothing would happen.
Oh, that shit was crazy as hell, man.
And
wasn't long ago.
Yeah, things are dramatically different, man. You know, here in the Philadelphia region, and you know, through that we formed a friendship that turned into a brotherhood, and you know, we just spent a lot more time with each other talking and stuff like that. And you know, inadvertently, you know, I came across this idea to start a podcast, and essentially I was like auditioning all of my friends for like, all right, what's the best mix of this going to be? And then you know, eventually, like, you know, I landed on this guy right here, Matt, and our other close friend, Rod. DJ Arta is also known as Raheem Palmer of The Ringer. So in examining that situation, you know, Rod basically was like, yo, I'm on a different journey. You know, I'm you know, really locking in on the sports betting thing and everything like that. And you know, you fast forward 7 years and you see where he is now. He took the right path, and then now he's a content creator for Spotify. He has East Coast Bias. He has his own show. He has a ton of different stuff going on. Yeah, The 100, everything like that. And he's literally, you know, on weekly podcasts with Bill Simmons now, who's the, you know, the founder of The Ringer and also former founder of Grantland, and pretty much like the godfather of creating the intersection between sports media and pop culture. That's what we you know, we recognize Bill Simmons as, and our brother is over there with him. So, you know, early on I identified talents in both of these guys that maybe they didn't even necessarily see in themselves. And for the better part of like half a year, like I hounded both of them and was like, yo, we need to do this. Rob eventually tapped out, but he's like, yo, I'll help y'all around the edges. I'll do y'all podcast art. I'll make y'all logo. I'll do any other creative stuff y'all need me to do. I'll contribute. I'll come on here and there as needed when it's something relevant to me, but I can't commit to doing an every week, you know, produced podcast or whatever. So I finally get this guy in line. Now he's like, all right, we want to do a show. Where are we going to record at? So we go around trying to find studios and stuff like that. And somebody that I don't think we give enough credit in the journey is Nikki Purvey, who actually introduced us to who we all know now as the Podfather, Justin Emery, who's a figure that's going to get referenced throughout different points in our podcast journey. And he was the owner of a place called New Media Studios.
I have a hilarious Nikki story too.
Okay. And at New Media Studios, up in the Feasterville, Trevose area, far northeast of Philly, whatever, is where we made our home. And it was like, from the first episode we did, we kind of like, you know, kind of caught lightning in the bottle and created magic. And we had about 17,000 listeners on our first show. We thought the feed was broke. We thought it was a lie. Like, it's no way possible that, you know, this party promoter, former corporate guy, and this you know, SEPTA operator, you know, both from the same neighborhood, can come together, create this podcast out of nowhere at a time where this is 2017 now. Nobody really knew what a podcast was and have it blow up the way that it did. Yeah. And our third episode went viral. It's an episode in the archives called Migos for President that probably has over 1 million downloads on the audio from now, from then to now or whatever. And we've done a lot of good work, man. We did the 2018 Roost Picnic. You know, we had street ball legend AO on the show, social media legend, Nerd at the Cool Table, Clint Coley early on. I think we had Clint on for like his first podcast interview or one of his first podcast interview. And it's been a journey, man. And, you know, over the years, you know, we've interviewed a lot of people. We've had a lot of hilarious moments. We did an independent tour, and it's just been so much that has happened on this journey. And, you know, a kind of a full circle moment is us all reconnecting with Clint Coley last year that introduced us to the team at Revolt and started this process last December up until now. And, you know, like everything with corporate, it starts off slow, then it moves really fast. So it's like, you know, we started off having preliminary conversations, Zoom calls, this, that, and the third. And then now, you know, we made a preliminary announcement back in August, at the end of August, at one of our live show events, announcing the partnership or whatever, but Revolt hadn't as of that time. So by the time y'all hear this, Revolt would have put this on all of their social media, Revolt Podcast Network and all of that, as we are part of the fall class of 2023.
You forgot what year it was at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to slow it down.
Yeah, had to slow it down. Think like, hold on. Get it together.
Yeah, that's funny as shit. You know, you always tell the story better than I tell it, you know, which is weird because I remember every goddamn thing. You know, I didn't see it coming to this.
Right.
I don't think anybody did. I think at the end of the day, podcasting was very, very, very small.
It was limited.
Yeah, it was very, very small. To see it now where it's like, ain't nothing shaking, podcast.
Yeah.
Nothing going on, podcast.
Baby mom pissed me off,
No.
podcast. These hoes ain't appreciating me, podcast.
Nobody signed me on a 10-day podcast. Like everybody.
Atlantic Records just dropped me, podcast.
Podcast.
Tell you about these bitch ass niggas at Atlantic Records.
Yeah, podcast. So it's decent because we were at the forefront.
Yeah.
Ahead of the curve. But it's also been kind of like, all right, you're dealing with the oversaturation now of it. So, you're trying to stay true to your laurels and who you are and what you want to be known for and remembered for.
Absolutely.
And I think that's something people forget about when it comes to this shit. Everybody's looking for the sensational quick strike. Everybody's trying to hit the $10 parlay for $400,000.
Right.
Instead of just bubbling the shit up week by week, day by day. And that's kind of what we did. And we put together a library where we kind of like demand and command respect from our peers in the industry and from people outside and looking in.
Absolutely.
So, it's been a pretty decent ride to be on, and to be here now where, I'm walking down the street and people screaming out the car. And that's crazy shit happened yesterday.
My cousin got in the Uber today. The Uber was playing our podcast.
Yeah, that happened. My homegirl hit me the other day. She was like, I got in the car and she's like, I'm listening like, it sound like Matt. And she was like, oh, shit. She looked at like, yeah, he's listening to the TRPE. Yeah. She's an older white guy. I'm like, shout out to that.
Yeah, shout out to older white guy.
Yeah. Shout out to Philip. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. Like, yeah, that's cool.
And something really dope that I think that we did that's important. It's a few things. But one, most importantly, we didn't stop. We had an opportunity. We paused, but we never stopped. Yeah. And we had an opportunity to, at a point to be like, yo, we've been at this thing 3.5 years. It's not really producing any revenue. It's a labor of love. We're pouring money into it. Sometimes it's ad money. Sometimes it's not, whatever. Mm-hmm. We're not necessarily in the best situation. But all of those iffy situations and not the best situations actually shaped our vision going forward in order to know, like, sometimes in order to know what you want, you got to know what you don't want. Mm-hmm. And we experienced a lot of what we didn't want in order to finally know, like, nah, we need to be as hands-on and in control, as much in control of this as possible. And that's actually the beauty of the partnership with Revolt, which is it's still us. Mm-hmm. It's a distribution situation or whatever like that. And, we create the content. We're in charge of the creative and everything like that. We get to still come do cool stuff like this at Frame and Unframed and stuff like that. And, there's no control over our content, our editorial, none of that. We get to come here, be free thinkers, free speakers, say what we want to say, and be illuminated on this platform and supported by a huge network and a huge flywheel that is Revolt. Because a lot of people don't understand that they have now their own podcast network as of about a little bit over a year ago. They have their website. They have their own editorial. They have a PR service. Right. They got the TV network. They got all of these different services that, basically they say they identify a need or something that's an extension of their business and they go create it. And I respect that level of entrepreneurship where it's like, yeah, we could just outsource this to somebody and probably pay a 25% premium or 30% premium to get it done. We'll invest the money back into the product to build our own thing. Right. And they identified a need with their podcast network saying, hey, we're distributing, on Apple and Spotify and all of these big directories or whatever, but like we don't have our own network. But we inherently have a lot of digital real estate that exists here with Carisha Please, Killer Mike Show, The Weatherman Show, Gorilla Nems Show, EYL's Assets Over Liability, all these different things. And it's like, yo, we just take and strip the audio, boom, put it over here for podcast purposes, and then now it creates a podcast network. And they've done the work and built the team around it in order to support it, to make it as robust and, in demand now. And it's one of the fastest growing podcast networks in the world. And we're more than happy to be a part of it, and something that's black owned, most importantly.
No, that's real. Like, you smoked that. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing to add to that. How are we feeling this week, man?
I'm feeling great, man. Like we've been saying, it's like, it's been a build up, to this. We've been getting a lot of recognition. We got some really cool stuff coming up. I guess we can announce it now that it's confirmed. We're going to the state capitol. We're going to the state capitol. You know what I mean? So, and something that you said that's really good. We never thought that podcasting would take us to where it's taken us.
No.
To the point of a network situation. Being recognized and having all these different notable politicians and billionaires and stuff like that in our personal network. We have a follow-up interview with Dave Gold, who's the chief of diversity for the Sixers. I was just at the One Club for Creativities, where all the black people conference as a speaker. And, it's like sometimes when you're in it it's hard to like take a step back and look and be like, damn, I accomplished that. I accomplished this. And like, and really, you know, go over your resume and recognize, you know, all of the hard work that you put in and the results that you're having as a result of that hard work. So that's kind of like the whole point of like, I think this episode today as an intro is to kind of, you know, sometimes you got to pat yourself on the back and give yourself some flowers in order for people to, you know, to implore people to go back and look into the library and see these different growth points and stuff like that and all of the cool shit that we've done over the years.
No, for sure. It is weird to like be out, like I said, and you got like real life politicians, like council members and senators and shit. Like, yo, man, I like your show, and you know, I'm like, why?
Yeah, you listen to this shit.
What? Like, yeah. So it's definitely a interesting space to be in. And you know, doing the interview we just did with Dave Edelman, who's the new minority owner of the Sixers.
Yeah.
Having him like, no, yo, like it was great, man. I want to do it again.
I want to come back.
And people around that are like, yo, like, you know, my homie's like, no, I'm gonna get y'all so and so behind that, like, you know. So it's a fun space to be in. It's fun to be TRPE right now.
Shout out one of our listeners, Saj. She's again a day one listener. She actually pointed out last week that we had 4 people. Philly Mag does a list every year, 150 most influential people in Philadelphia. We actually have 4 people from that list on our show, which was Dave Edelman, who was number 5, Pastor Carl Day, who was number 125, Catherine Gilmore, who is also one of the top community activists and actionists in the entire country at large. Somebody that's literally putting hundreds of thousands of dollars back into the Philadelphia community each and every year, in addition to his time and his presence and being his face. And those of you that may say, oh, that name sounds familiar, he's the guy that went toe-to-toe with Donald Trump when Trump was on the re-election campaign, and he asked him, you know, some tough questions up there. I believe it was on CNN. So that's who that is, and that's a childhood friend of mine, somebody that has grown tremendously over the years and is doing great things. Catherine Gilmore Richardson, who was the youngest Philadelphia's female city council person in history that was ever elected. She just recently got reelected. So shout out to Kathy, and she just did some amazing stuff for me, for some friends behind the scenes. She's just a beautiful person. Me and her went to the same alma mater, Westchester University, and she's just an amazing person, super advocate for all things TRPE on a singular basis for me, on a singular basis for Matt, and most importantly, us as a unit. And then also Councilman Curtis Jones, who recently reelected Mr. 4th District. And he's been a part of city council for 20-something years now. Yeah. It's been extensive, and he's been a repeat guest on the show. And then, you know, some other people that are in and around that orbit, State Rep Morgan Cephas, State Rep Jordan Harris, who's in charge of the entire budget for the state of Pennsylvania, who's going to be coming on the show very soon, are all, you know, in the orbit of the realest podcast ever, and either been on or coming on in short order. So
for sure.
It's been a fun ride.
Yeah. The I don't know. Like I getting hung up on the like it. Like I think I need to go back to therapy. Seriously.
Yeah.
I have trouble, like how you just said, like patting yourself on the back and shit. And it'd be times where it's like people get mad at me, like, no, you need to not be humble right now. And it's hard for me at times. I wish it was easy.
Yeah.
I wish I had a little bit of asshole in me, but you know, it's difficult at times.
Sometimes the hardest kudos to give are the ones to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And to recognize, you know, your own greatness for fear of, you know, because there's a thin line between giving yourself praise and being a fucking asshole. Yeah. You know what I mean? But, you know, in contrast,
I walked out the Wawa and the nigga stopped me. He was like, yo, I listened to yo, like, this is crazy. Like, I need to get a picture with you. I'm just like, yo, man. Yo, man.
Like Prince Hakeem at the Jets game.
Don't spill your beverages. Yo, that should be crazy. So it's cool. You know what I mean? So last week, if any of y'all listen, we had an episode on our Patreon. Oh, you subscribe to the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Patreon.com/officialTRP. But we had an episode on it where we talked about the situation with the SEPTA driver who was murdered or whatever. Because, you know, I drove SEPTA or whatever. Yes. So we took a bit of that and put it on the regular feed. And it just, it just traveled.
It became its own thing.
It just through the transportation community or whatever. So I got called the other day and was like, I didn't even tell you this. I want to get your reaction there. I got called the other day. Was like, yo, man, we listened to you just like one of the business agents.
Oh, damn.
Call was like, yo, man, we listened to you, Johnny, man, you talking that talk, and man, you got the people energized. We getting ready to set up a panel discussion. Like, no, if you want to come down and be a part of it. I'm like, y'all know I don't work. Yeah. You know I don't work there. You know what I'm saying? He like, no, but the people, man, the way you was talking, people need to hear that. Like you, and I'm just like, y'all in trouble.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. You'll have a mutiny. You know what I mean? It's a little odd that you calling me to come euthanize your employee.
Y'all calling me, y'all in trouble. But yeah, I'm like, so seeing that, like that reaction from people where it's just like, these are just words. This is just us talking. That like, it goes back to like what you said from the very beginning. These are conversations we would have just smoking weed, chilling on Ridge Avenue.
Yeah.
Just sitting outside.
Or in Penrose in the cul-de-sac.
You know what I'm saying? Word to Rob Block. And, you know, who thought that us just sitting around, because, you know, that's another one. Conversation at times doesn't go above a certain level.
Yes.
Especially when it's like your homie. So, like, when I started to realize it, we're having conversations about, like, everything. Yeah. Like what's going on in like politics, what's going on as far as fashion, what's going on as far as sports, what's happening with this, what's happening with that. And it's not just like locker room banter. It became like real deal discussions. Like how can we figure this out? How can we, you know, and for us to do it on air and have people gravitate towards it, the people are like, y'all are the first shit I listen to all the time now. It's like, it's a hell of a...
And a lot of people, man, shout out to the tens of thousands of people, actually millions at this point, that have listened and interacted with this show at some point or another. Mm-hmm. They build their lives around this. And we've created a certain amount of digital real estate where it's like, yo, we're the Monday podcast. Like, people know 5, 6 a.m. Monday, I know TRP dropping. I wake up, it's already on the feed. Bet I'm gonna either listen to this drive time or I'm gonna use it to be able to get through my workday. And you know, we've had some short episodes, 45 minutes, an hour that have had major impact. We had allegories. We had 6-hour episodes where it wasn't really about nothing, but people listened to every goddamn minute. So it's like kudos and shout out to the audience on this journey and being so receptible and amenable to whatever it is that we want to do. Right. And as a tribute to y'all going forward, we'll be knocking out 2 episodes a week. Yeah, so the plan going forward is every week, the Monday show that y'all can expect and another show Thursday. We got several shows in the can that we're going to be, releasing as well that are, brand new, never been heard. Shout out to Tone Trump. He's got an album coming out. He's a Philadelphia legend, internet legend, somebody that, is very instrumental in the platform of World Star Hip Hop growing. He was in the movie Creed, all of that. We got an amazing, super candid, honest interview with him. Rick Nice, the unofficial leader and president of Free Bands Films, working with Future for the last decade now, 11 years or whatever, from Monster to now. He's been with Future right here from outside of Philadelphia in Delaware County. We got an amazing interview with him. Shout out my man Chick for putting that together. Russell Fletcher II, who's the owner of Mishka Vodka, which is a local area, Lehigh Valley area distillery and winery company that was established in 2009. Got a super candid interview with him that we did with amazing visuals and everything like that. So we got a lot of stuff, in the can that's already done, other stuff that's on the horizon that's coming up. And it's going to be a dope ride, man. And I'm glad for any ears that are here, whether it be returning ears, new ears, or whatever. And I want to implore everybody. Sometimes when these transitions happen from one feed to another, some people get lost or whatever like that. So just double check, make sure that y'all are still subscribed to the realest podcast ever, so that y'all get these alerts and every time that we put out some new content and new information.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the new schedule. Show on Monday, show on Thursday.
Yes.
2 shows a week. If you want some additional content, official TRPE.
Yes.
Patreon.com/official TRPE. We got about 10 episodes a month dropping over there, and we get really crazy over there. Yeah. I want to have a little fun.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? First, can I tell you my Nikki story?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Nikki gonna kill me for this. But me and my man, shout out Ira, we used to have a spot down South Philly, right? And Ira, he was on the scene. His brother Jay had Industry 19.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, right. The rim shop I used to gamble at 60th and Woodland. Yeah. So I was in with all of them, and we had a little spot down South Philly, right behind the stadium. It was nice little joint, whatever. So at this time, I was like, I was like just started. This might have been like 2010,
Yeah.
11. This is like the first time the Powerball was like dumb huge. It was like 400 at the time. That was huge.
That was it.
You remember before, all this billion shit is new.
Yeah.
But
Now they don't crack $1 billion with
just,
regularity.
But the shit start at 20 million.
Yeah.
Nobody hit it. Next week it's like it's 825. This shit is crazy. But at the time the Powerball was like 460 million, which is big as shit. And you know how people post online like what they gonna get when they win the lottery or whatever. And it was before Lee, of course. But I posted like a Rolex, I posted like a Range Rover, and I posted her in my post. There wasn't even stories yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was just a Range Rover.
You on the feed with it.
Yeah, I was on the feed with it. It was a Range Rover, a Rolex, and her. It was like, it's all the shit I'm buying when I win the lottery tonight. So she seen it and was like, what the hell? It was a joke. So I'm in my room, I'm chilling. I hear Ira come in the crib, and I hear like, he was like, yo, Matt, come here real quick. And I was like, I'm busy. I wasn't busy. I'm just watching TV. He's like, no, come here real quick. I'll show you something. So I opened the door. When I opened the bedroom door, she's standing right the fuck there. So I was like, damn, bitch, I ain't even win yet. And she goes, I'm like, look off of me. Yo, it was the funniest shit ever. But he knew her. I guess they was like out or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, this guy, he was like, yo, I got a crew.
That's my man.
Yeah, that was funny as shit. But Nikki was always cool. She was cool little motherfucker.
Yeah, I've known Nikki forever.
That's my
we went to
dog.
high school together, Central High School, 260. Shout out to any Central alumni out there listening.
I never know what these numbers mean.
Yeah, class number. So it's
People
just-
like 258, 254.
Yeah. It's our class number. Then Girls High got their class numbers too. They bid off of us, but that's a whole nother story because our joint was first. So we don't go by what year we graduated. We go by class number.
Okay.
We were I was part of the 260th graduating class. I'm not gonna tell you what number they at now because I'm gonna carbon date myself. And you're gonna be like, this nigga old as shit.
Yo, real quick, you just made me think about high school. I went to Saul. You know, everybody knows that. Rest in peace to Mr. Pulley. Our history teacher just passed away. And Mr. Pulley was like everybody. He was like that cool. You know, that was always that cool older black man teacher. And he was just like, he would joke with you, talk shit with you, really get on you about shit. He just passed away last week. And I saw it. Everybody was online talking about it. I was just like, yo, man, Pulley was my man. You know what I mean? So rest in peace to Mr. Pulley. Real quick, you're going to get a kick out of this. I think it's time for me to move.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, like, we black, right?
Yeah.
We black. And you know how, like, when you live in a nice place, nice area, nice building, whatever, you know how you just, like, you see black people and you thrown off?
Yeah. That happened to me yesterday. I'm at my crib, right? Real quick. Give me 2 seconds. I'm at my crib. I pull up and park, right? I see a Volvo with no tint on the windows or whatever. So I was like, oh, who knows whose car it is? But they park in the handicapped parking spot. Car running, nobody in it.
Right.
So I'm like, that's odd. That doesn't really happen here. Right. So either this motherfucker, whoever's in this car is delivering something, or I don't know what they doing. Picking up some pussy, I don't know what's going on here. So I see this familiar face. I said, let me sit in the car and see what materializes from this. I sit in the car. Sure enough, I see this familiar face. I said, that's Redacted's homie. What the fuck is he doing here? I'm ready walking the leasing office right then and there. Like, I need to break my lease. I got these niggas up here. Niggas is drug dealers. And I got a problem with it.
Yo, man. And twice this week, I was just like, yo, what the fuck is going on? So it's been a lot of moving around on my floor for whatever reason, you know, like leases ending, whatever. And, you know, now it's like, again, we talk about that rent shit. You remember back in the day where, like, your lease would end, and it's like you get your lease renewal, your rent $1,000, that shit $1,035. Yeah. Your lease end now, your rent $1,900, that shit $2,370. You like, what the fuck?
But if you lock in for 7 years, it would give you $2,180.
Dog. My joint's so crazy. They gave us like a if you sign it early discount.
Oh shit!
If you wait more than 7 days,
you sign right now because the market fluctuate every hour.
Yeah. So
I'm not buying a Rolex.
Yeah. So people, it's been a lot of shifting around or whatever. I seen it was an Indian family that lived across the hall from me. They move out. So when they move, I'm like, oh, damn, they left or whatever. But I still see her walking the dog around the perimeter. So I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? They done moved to a whole nother unit or whatever. So the unit, it's like some like African people that came in there. So I see him, whatever. I wait, I'm like, yo, what's up? They like, oh, what's up? You know, I don't really think nothing of it. I come out the crib the other day. I come out in the hallway. Dude is in the hallway with a robe on. Like he got a robe on.
Prince Jaffe Joe.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So I start walking to the elevator. He walking in front of me or whatever. And he just like slow walk. It almost looked like a music video, like how slow he was walking. We get to the elevator. He turned around. He had a bottle of Don Julio. But the robe sleeves was so big
that it covered.
I couldn't see it.
Just getting the ass end of the Julio.
So he come out the sleeve with the Julio. He like, shot. And I'm like, why the fuck would I take shots with you on this elevator at 2 in the afternoon?
Oh, man.
So I'm telling her, I'm like, yo, that was some weird. She was like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was. So yesterday, I went to the gym. I left the gym. Everybody knows I have a fixation on Coke Zero. Coke Zero is $3 a case.
Oh, damn.
Over at that, so I got 17 cases of these motherfuckers.
Whole car
right.
with Coke Zero.
So I'm like, damn, I bought shit in the house. I bought my gym bag, all this shit. And I was like, damn, I didn't even bring none of the sodas in the crib. It was like 11:30 because the Lakers game was on halftime last night. Oh, let me go out and get a case of the fucking sodas and shit. Dog, I come the fuck out. I'm walking to my truck. Out of nowhere, a nigga is like coming between the cars. And he's coming dead at me, but he's moving fast. So I
clutch.
Because I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? And he like, yo. And I'm like, yo, what's up? And he just like, yeah, no, you be seeing me, dog? I work here. And I'm like, oh, yeah. It kind of like brought me down. Yeah. Because I see him every now and then, black boy, whatever. He like, yeah, I work here. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? He was like, man, I've been drinking, man. And I'm like, do you live here? He like, no, I've been drinking. I'm just like,
why the fuck are you here?
I'm just like, yo, I don't know, man. So he was like, yo, you got something to smoke? I'm like, no, I don't smoke. He was like, damn, man, nobody out this motherfucker got nothing to smoke. Like, how many people have you asked this?
Everybody. Everybody.
So I'm like, yo, man, I don't know what the fuck is going on. So I walk around the front of the building. I'm like, I'm just going to go around, like, the other side of the building. Yeah. I grabbed a case of soda. Because I was going to bring, like, 3 or 4. I'm just grab one, just keep a hand free. Yeah. I walk around the side of the building, just like I'm outside. I haven't been out really. I was watching all the games last night. Let me just walk the fuck around the side of the building. I come around the side of the building. I see this nigga running through the other part. So I go to my I've been on Realtor.com.
Yeah, all day.
I'm like, yo, it's time to buy something. Get the hell out of here, man.
Yeah, they say Fannie Mae just dropped the down payment to 3%. These niggas is crazy. Yo, I've said this on the show before, man. I got a homie. He said, man, I live somewhere. I see too many black faces. I move. I don't care if I just moved in. I ain't see them niggas when I signed the lease. I moved the same day. Hey, y'all gotta let me up out of this joint. How much it costs to break the lease?
It is so funny. Did I tell you about the boy that was like, I'm a street nigga?
Yes.
Yo, I'm sitting.
What be going on up here, bro?
I'm sitting in the front of the building. Dude come out the leasing office. He like, yo, big man, can I holler at you for a second? I'm like, what's up? He like, yeah, no, I ain't mean to come fuck with you or whatever. He's like, yo, how this joint is? I'm like, what you mean? I was like, he was like, yeah, like it's quiet, like it be chill and shit. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. You looking to move in or whatever. He's like, yeah, nah, because I like it because it's out the way. You know what I'm saying? It's fly. You know what I'm saying? They got the big ass counters. I like that shit in the kitchen. And, I don't really need all that too much action. I'm a street nigga. So I'm just like, yo.
Like, what's your name, big dog?
I've never heard.
I'd have been like, what's your name, big dog? I'd have been typing that nigga name right in my phone. Yeah, so y'all have an application in from a Jeremy.
Yo, I've been around a lot of niggas in a lot of different cities. I've never heard one introduce themselves as like, so like, yeah, I'm a doctor.
Right. No, I'm a street nigga.
Yeah,
what does that even mean? Because essentially what you're telling me is it's you a utility player.
Yo.
Like whatever it takes to get the job done on the street, I'm down to do it.
But he said that. He was like, yeah, I'm a street nigga. So I can't have all that. I was just like, yeah. Yeah, I feel you, Doc. I was just like, hey, man, things really. You remember when, like, getting to that area was like, man.
That was the pinnacle.
It's and I don't know if you noticed it, but there's been a lot more of like an uptick of crime and silliness and just goofy shit going on.
When I was at Dumbo House last week with JP and the old 14 Mark team, I was explaining to them like, yo, I was like, no, KOP is the trap. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, King of Prussia is the trap. I said, listen, you got multiple incidents of violence in the town center, at the Smith, at the Zero or whatever like that. Attempted kidnappings. Completed kidnappings that got foiled by the state troopers and shit like that coming out of 251 DeKalb.
The girl that got killed at the gas station was coming from Cheesecake Factory.
Coming from Cheesecake Factory on a date. Her ex-boyfriend or whatever confront her. He was tracking her, number one. Confronts her. They get into it. He shoots her at the gas station. He gets arrested 3 minutes later, or whatever the case may be. So,
somebody was running from the law and drove off the brick joint at Seasons 56. This has been crazy shit.
There was a shooting on the Macy's side of the parking lot, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. Somebody doing a sneaker exchange, probably some offer up shit or whatever. He's selling the sneakers. So say it's me and you. Dan's our producer, our videographer. Dan come put the blicky to the back of my head. I do some John Wick shit, get him up off me, pull my gun out. Now we trading fire on the parking deck. How much are these sneakers? What were these sneakers?
Over some Travis Scott's.
Like, so,
sneaker deals have gotten very...
Yeah, where you want to meet at? The police station. Meet me at the 5th District, Roxborough, nigga. Meet me, you know where the roundhouse at? Yeah, meet me down there.
I actually met a very good guy in a sneaker meetup.
It ain't often.
It's very few and far in between. But I met a guy, he was the manager of the Sneaker Villa down in Delaware.
Ah, dope.
And how the fuck did that happen? Oh, the Kobe cloaks. Remember when the cloaks and the Jordan 4s?
I still got my cloaks. They cooked. I wore them Jones to death.
The cloaks and the Jordan 4s, the white cement Jones came out. Yeah. And they came out the same day. I called House of Hoops Foot Locker 54 times to make sure they had them in a size 15. Y'all got them in a 15? Y'all got them in a 15? They like, yes, we got them. We get to the sneaker, the release. And this is when life just kind of like, life hasn't been the same since sneaker releases became like a thing.
Yeah, an event.
A
tailgate.
A tailgate. For fucking, yeah. So me and Jared, I'll never forget this shit. We get to the fucking sneaker release. I'm asking everybody in the line in front of me, what size you wear? What size you wear? What size you wear? Nobody wears a 15. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Gate lift up. We get the fuck in there. I'm like, yeah, let me get the cloaks and the Jordan 4s and the 15. They like, we don't have any 15s. I'm like, what? Who? 54 next to the, what the fuck do you mean? 54. He was like, oh, nah, bro, something went left with our shipment and we ain't get all sizes. Biggest size we got is a 13. And I'm just like, well, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm here. I done stood here. I'm like, just give them to me in a 13. I'll just put them on eBay or something. And I'm not no sneaker resale. I don't get into that bullshit. But I'm just like, what? I'll just get something because I'm here. Yeah. I put them on eBay. The nigga messages me and was like, yo, I see you in Philly, can I meet up with you? So I messaged him back like, listen, I will kill you if you want some bullshit. Yeah. And he like, nah, bro, that's not me. He sent me like his credential, like his employee badge.
Oh, gotcha.
He like, no, I'm a manager in the Sneaker Villa, I'll meet you on South Street, somewhere as well lit, lot going on. I'm like, well, South Street is a lot of crime. Somewhere else.
lot of crime.
So I was
thinking to meet me at the consulate.
Right. You know where the Mint is? On 6th Street. Meet me over there. He meet me, and I give him the sneaks. He brought the Jordans off me, and he was cool. And he was just like, we talking about sneakers or whatever. He's like, you got some big-ass feet. I'm like, I wear 15. He's like, yo, we be getting 15s all the time, and don't nobody be buying them because, they who the fuck wear a 15? Yeah. He's like, unless it's a 6er, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, word. Every time we would get 15s, he called me and Jules. Man, we was getting mad shit from the Sneaker Villa down there at 6th and Market in Delaware. Yeah. And so, I've met like cool motherfuckers on some sneaker. Now, I've gone to meet up a sneaker joint where it's just like, all right now. All right now.
Got to take 10 paces and spin. May the best man get the drop.
Yeah, the sneaker shit. Yo, speaking of sneakers, did you see the Yeezy is gonna the Adidas?
They're contemplating writing off the remaining stock. I'm like, I don't even know what that means.
Somebody, no bullshit. Somebody asked me the other day, was like, yo, you a sneaker motherfucker. Like, really break this down for you. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what this
means. I have no
Because
clue.
here's the reality is like every shoe that they've released from Yeezy has sold out. Now, there is no resale market on anything because it's too much fucking inventory. You know what I'm saying? It's the Yeezy sneaker brand is essentially a distressed asset at this point. It has value, but not the same value that it had before.
They're going to have to do new silhouettes and new...
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're going to have to get creative again or whatever. And as they've said, they're not committed to doing that. Even though the new CEO loves Kanye so much, every convo, he's inching into like, Kanye can just come live in my crib. Like, every convo, he's inching closer and closer to full wholesale reconciliation or whatever like that.
The Yeezy brand is one of them... They're going to do documentaries about this shit in like 10, 15. It just, they literally got to the point where I'm going as far as saying Yeezy became the most popular shoe brand out there.
For sure. Fastest growing.
I don't know if they were doing the volume that Jordan does, but as far as popularity and impact, Yeezy shit was like, yo, and he did it without Spike Lee commercials and all this crazy shit. Never dunked on nobody. So the Yeezy joint was crazy, but to see it kind of like smoke itself in a matter of like a year, fuck his comments and all the nonsense. Just like, you remember when the Turtle Doves were like a pair of them was like, and now it's just, I see like fake Turtle Doves. It's almost.
Once you get the Timo Turtle Doves, it's like, all right,
Yeezys
we need to do
is
something
like
else.
Spinners. Remember when spinning rims was like the illest shit ever? And then the hubcap spinners dropped, it was just like, it's just...
Paid $13,000 for these goddamn rims. Take them Jones back.
I used to sit there and be like, every car I get was going to have spinners. I remember saying that. And my dad, my dad older, what the fuck is the purpose in a spinning rim? I'm like, it don't stop, nigga. What do you mean? It don't stop,
You
nigga.
in the crib dancing like Crunchy Black, trying to educate your father on what's up with these damn rims.
I'm playing Rotten Spinners again. Listen to this motherfucker.
Spinners.
Yo, have you ever heard of Big Chest? That's who we do it for. Like, straight up. But it just, when the fake shit start popping in the streets, that normally kills the value of it. And then when y'all start re-releasing it over and over, it's just like, look at where Jordans is. Like, not trying to be funny, Jordans sit on shelves now.
Jordans go on sale.
I walk in the stores and be like, wait, I walk in the Foot Locker, that's me and Jewel shit. Any sneaker store we going to, what y'all got in a 15? Just because that's a lot easier than, do you got these? What do you have in a 15? Dude brought me out 3 pair of New Balances and 2 pair of Jordan 12s. I'm like, yo, Jordan 12's just sitting on the shelf now? Yeah. He's like, it's a different world we live in, man.
Yeah, shit. Jordan 1s at a point was the hottest shoe on earth. None of them Jones are reselling for more than like $30, $40 above retail price.
Crazy.
Some of them are selling below. Like, and it's a few of them that I want. I just like the shoe. Yeah. Like, but it's no crazy demand for them Jones. It's like, yo, we can get sneakers again. It's crazy.
I mean, the influx of the luxury sneaker has changed. Yeah. Like, people wear luxuries. I'm
wearing a luxury sneaker right now. I got on Tom Ford.
Ironically, I got on Jordan and shit. I was in the gym the other day, dog. I've something I want to stress. I don't know, where's the camera? Something I want to stress. Stop filming people for your own enjoyment and for Instagram and shit like that. It's going to get one of y'all stabbed. Yeah. I don't do that shit. Yeah, I don't do that shit. I don't film nobody for a laugh or none of that shit. But I almost did the other day. Dog, why was the nigga in the gym working out with McQueen's on?
They like using them, using the McQueen's like shrimp shoes. I remember the shrimp shoes back in the day. They had the fucking, they had the inserts that even add 6 inches to your vertical. Shave 3 seconds off your 40-yard dash time.
And the nigga was doing leg lunges. Yo, I couldn't stop. I'm talking about full leg lunges.
Yeah, full orthopedics.
Dog, with McQueen's on. I'm like, yo, the McQueen really has become the McQueen is like the NMD. Right? It's like the all-purpose.
Coming every material, spiked or unspiked. We got leather. We got mesh. We got nubuck.
Yo, man, nigga work in the hospital, all white McQueens. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, a candy striper with all white McQueens on. Like,
environmental services, black McQueen.
Dog, construction worker, tan nubuck.
Oh, he's the Gore-Tex. You know what I'm saying? I'm protected.
Like, where the fuck you get steel-toe McQueens? But that's just where we are. So it's like when people...
Steel-toe Gore-Tex McQueens.
Dog.
Pour cement.
Yeah.
Here with it. Motherfucking... shit. What they doing up there? They loading too fast. You know how dangerous this is?
Yo, man. Oh, shit. But now... But you remember where it was like the Air Force One was like the all-purpose...
White forces, black forces.
Like, nigga got a wedding, white forces. Graduation, white forces. Smoking nigga, black forces. Like, the forces was like
kidnapping,
that.
black forces.
Dog. Don't let a nigga get fly. He get the forces. What Jay said, we hop out with the Air Force Ones with yellow checks. Like, that was real. And the Air Force One was that. Then the Jordan 1 was that.
Remember when the utility Air Force Ones came out? The highs
high
with the
top
fucking, with the compartments
the
on them. Look
zipper
like my
shit.
jeans.
Dog.
Like they on a sneaker.
Dog. I bought some white Air Force Ones in Miami like a year and a half ago.
Oh, man.
And I wore them for like 15 minutes. And I'm like, yo, these are bricks. These are actual bricks on my feet. I couldn't do it.
Where you get them from? Griselda Blanca?
No, I can't do it, man.
All white bricks.
But that's what the Force was and the Jordan 1 was. And then the Yeezy, like the Wave Runner, the 700s, that was like everybody's go-to. I ain't doing shit, put the 700s on. Mm-hmm. Go run the market, put the 700. Like the 700 was that. But now, and let's be real here, the PPP and the PUA and the Panorama and all that shit, it changed everybody's like outlook on life.
Yeah.
Now luxury goods are just goods.
Right.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
So now, you know, people are just like, just day off, I ain't doing nothing. Dior, B-22s, just
right.
Whereas like 3-4 years ago, nigga would have kept them in the bag. He'd have wiped them down every time before. Motherfuckers just, I tell you, the nigga was working out in McQueen's.
That's hilarious.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like I remember buying Balenciaga sneakers. Remember the arenas?
Yes.
I remember buying them years ago, and it was just like, man, I got the motherfucking arena. Like,
I went arena crazy.
Yeah, they only ones they made in 49 was the black and the gray.
Yeah,
so
I waited too long for the bubble to
if
burst.
ain't no line, Jules had a couple. Was it the arenas or what? What was the other ones? The high top.
Oh damn! I still got a red pair right now.
He had a red
sell.
pair. He had a red pair and a blue pair, I believe. I can't think of the name from him.
Yeah, because I tried to
It'll
sell
come
them
in.
Jones unconscionably. They would not sell. Niggas was like, nah, we good, big brother.
But nah, like back in the day, like buying like a Gucci loafer or any that shit was like, man, like I got the Gucci loafers on.
Yeah,
nigga.
that shit
like,
is par for the course now.
Like, yeah, now it's just, I'm just going to the market.
No,
real
it's just
quick.
Tuesday.
Yeah, just, nothing crazy. Balenciaga.
Fucking nigga, bitch. I ain't doing that.
Dior. You know what I'm saying?
Husband get off at 3. It's 1:30. I got plenty of time.
Oh, the nigga had on a fake Dior shirt, and they was calling it Catholic Dior. I don't know why the hell that shit made me laugh as hard as it did.
I open this up to the room. Have any of y'all gotten with the denim tears trend? Are y'all familiar with what denim tears is?
You was funny. I'm glad that we here because you can do this shit. Can you give us, what we got, 15? Give us a 2-minute, 120-second, what is the denim tier and where did it start?
So denim tears was
Because this is the shit with the
circular
cotton
flowers on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So denim tears was started by damn, what's the fuck the nigga name? Just Left Supreme.
I saw somebody just left
Yeah,
Supreme. Is it the one who did this hat? Tremaine
Emery.
Tremaine
Emery.
I have on a Tremaine Emery hat.
So Tremaine Emery is the founder of Denim Tears.
Right,
or whatever.
okay.
So they did like a circular pattern, was a flower, like a cotton flower, or whatever the case may be. So Offset recently, the shit has been out for like 5 years now at this point. You know, niggas are always late to the party.
Yeah.
Last ones to know everything. Then it's like, I got the Denim Tears on.
I don't know if you know.
I don't know if you noticed, but I have the tears on. So now...
No, we didn't know all these white CDs. No, white outfit.
Who would have thunk it? Like, no, that can't be the Denim Tears.
I don't know if you noticed what's going on, nigga, but
I got it on, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? You see me, nigga, motherfucking down the sleeve, bitch.
That's so real. Nigga will not know what's going on Monday. You see him Thursday, he telling
Head to
everybody.
toe. Head to toe. I just talked to Tremaine, you know what I'm saying? Special delivery,
Yo,
nigga.
Man.
So
That's hilarious.
So the line's been around. You know what I'm saying? They've done collabs with St. Michael. They've done collabs with V-Lone, all of this different shit. But for whatever reason, it just wasn't readily available. It was a limited edition item, sort of like Pyrex, the original Pyrex from Virgil, whatever, which transformed into Off-White later.
The 23 shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Tremaine recently did a collab with Offset. So Offset was wearing the black hoodie, black hat with, it was like a yellow and orange flowers or whatever on his shit. That was his collab or whatever. He was wearing it everywhere. He wore it on Kai's stream. He wore it on a Breakfast Club. He wore it like all these different places. So it made niggas say, go on Google, what was that shit Offset had on Kai Sinat stream?
What was that shit Offset?
And from there, we have seen a influx of denim tears into the hood.
It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it.
Denim tears hit the hood like crack in the 80s.
Yeah.
Powerhouse was sponsored by Philly Car Kings? No, it was sponsored by Denim Tears, motherfuckers. Everybody had that shit on. And essentially what's happened in the last few weeks is, you know how niggas love to bid and be investigative journalists. The best investigative journalists are in the hood. They not at the FBI.
No.
Y'all, a lot of y'all missed y'all calling. Y'all need to be federal agents. Y'all gonna be solving real crime out here. Yeah. And niggas went and did the research.
That's real shit.
Niggas
you
went.
give a nigga Instagram and a Chinese platter. Nigga just sit there.
in a little flight of Hitty.
Yo, nigga figure out mad shit.
Man, we'll figure out who killed JFK, where Sam Giancana was, figure out everything. So now niggas have gone and done the knowledge and the research and found out y'all shit is no denim, just tears.
Yo.
Because Temu got the denim tears connect.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all the fake shit.
Yes, and now there are boutiques. I'll show you. There are boutiques locally. I'm not going to say who because I'm not trying to shame them. Get your money, do your thing. If niggas want fake shit, there's demand for it, buy it. But they got not only just the fake denim tears, they got the fake denim tears collab with Ready Made.
Oh,
For any of y'all that are familiar with Ready Made, it ain't a piece in Ready Made collection under $2,000. It doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. Shout out my bro Black Poppy. He was the first person I ever seen wearing that shit. It's not a piece in the collection under $2,000. So I know that this collaboration is $2,000 for the sweatshirt, $2,800 for the pants. Mm-hmm. Niggas got the whole set on with a shiesty and the baby mom Louis Vuitton glasses, like looking like caricatures. And I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know if you scroll. There's more because you know it's women's too. It's unisex.
Shit!
No, it's more. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? If you rewind time, you'll find that it's more to find. You know what I mean?
Yo.
So yes, the denim tier shit is an epidemic. And for me, as like a fashion dude or whatever, I got on some Riccardo Tisci Burberry right now. Or whatever, some Tom Ford shoes. I got on some Hudson jeans, little technical Hudson jeans or whatever. As a fashion dude, for me, I don't care about niggas wearing fake shit and all. It's just a bid. It's just funny. But for me, certain shit, once it gets too popular, whether y'all niggas wearing fake shit or real shit, I just tap out because I'm not going to spend all of this bread to look like the rest of the world. Yeah. And that's where your personal style and your own sense of fashion ethics and all of that come in, where it's like, yo, you buying some shit and you in the store and they like, oh man, it's been flying off the shelves. Yeah. Get away from this shelf.
Get away from this shelf.
Because you're going to look like you got the motherfucking uniform on. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. You got to put it. So it's like when you trying to dress like the fashion guys and the fashion gals or whatever like that, you got to take a little bit of extra effort sometimes to like go to the next thing. Like Marnie just had niggas looking like the abominable snowman for the last fucking 2 years with all these furry mohair sweaters and all that shit on. And I'm like, yo, you're not supposed to wear the whole set. Yeah. You're supposed to wear the pants and the hat with a different shirt, or wear the sweater, not the pants with like y'all like. Just,
you look like Oscar,
right? Like, you look like Orange and Blue Oscar. Like you look like a goddamn fool. You look like you doing a guest spot on Sesame Street. Like that is not it. And there's just a lot of fashion trends I just wholesale just don't agree with and stuff like that. But it's like as I've said on the show before, y'all hear me say it again. If I sat on this show and talked about all the shit that I hate and all the shit that I think is nut shit, I would be shot in 4 business days. So I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, fashion, I said it before, I don't even attempt.
No, we don't get Matt right. 2024 me hashtag fashion Matt.
Give me a hoodie, some shorts, or some fucking, some with them pants I like that.
Yeah.
Some sneaks. I'm good, man. I like, cause it's too much. It like, Yo, we was in Neiman's. I was in there talking to Ange, and I saw it was a jean jacket, like just a jean jacket. I was like, yo, I haven't bought a jean jacket in I don't know how long, and I went to slide on you. I've lost a little weight. So I fit this joint. I was like, yo, how much is this? She was like, oh, that one is $13.50. I'm like, let me take your jacket off. I don't want to mess your jacket up.
You slither out of this.
Like, I'm not paying $1,300 for a denim jacket. Like, man, Levi got the denim jacket. Like, that's how I be feeling sometimes.
Yeah.
I respect people who, I told you that joint last week from the guy from the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I sent it to somebody the other day. He was like, what outfit y'all talking about? I sent it to her. She's like, oh, yeah, he smoked this. I'm just like, I guess. I suppose. But it's like, yeah, I don't have it in me. But I've seen the denim tier shit become like
it's a uniform.
Big thing in the last couple of weeks where I'm like, yo, where did all this shit start? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and you know, again, high-end fashion, high-end everything has just become anything.
It's just fashion.
It's just you know what I'm saying?
Historically speaking, when it comes to like the fashion game in general, you have like merch, which is like event merch, podcast merch, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You go to a show, you get a piece of merch, whatever. So you got like merch. Then you have just like the regular clothing segment. Then you have like high fashion and then couture. So it's like all of these different segments. And somewhere streetwear usually, slid up and down the rung or whatever, depending upon, who's the designer, what it is, stuff like that. Because we've always had streetwear going back to the fucking 80s with who are some of the early streetwear companies, Dan? I'm sorry. Stussy was the 90s.
Carl Kanai.
Walker Wear and Cross Colors, the HBCU connections and each and all. So we've always had streetwear. But before it wasn't called that. It was segmented as like urban wear or whatever the case may be. Yeah, it wasn't really a segment. But now it's like you kind of have this mishmash where it's like somebody might have on a Stussy Nike hoodie, some fucking Amiri jeans, which is technically fucking high fashion. It's like people mix and match like a lot of different stuff across segments and things like that, to the point where when Virgil came to Louis Vuitton, he fucked the whole fashion industry up because he did straight streetwear, the whole collection, male and female. And now Louis Vuitton really can't financially recover. They just put a list out the other day of the top 20 fashion brands. They were 18. They were number one across every segment the whole time he was there. So it's like, yo, y'all got to get inventive and creative again.
I mean, Drake said, again, Drake got to off everything.
Yeah.
Since Virgil done passed, the members ain't wearing
that shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and to his credit, Drake, who to me isn't a fashion guy, he's doing some great work with Nocta, whoever the fuck is behind the scenes, because it's like, it's active wear, but the cuts are right, the materials are right and all of that. And he got a hit with the Nocta Glide with the sneaker.
Yeah, the sneaker is all that.
So it's like, he's gotten to the point where it's like, damn, it's like, is Drake like a fashion influencer? Like, what the fuck is going on here? He been wearing fat ass pants.
And fat ass shoes.
Fat ass shoes, marshmallows for the last, 3 years or whatever, but he got it. Nocta is a hit to me. Like their active wear is like fucking off the charts.
Yeah, I told you, it's one of them things I don't understand, so I don't pretend to understand. Remember the big red boots? And everybody was just like, oh, can you pull them off the right? And I'm just like, y'all been wearing big ass boots my whole life.
Ain't nobody give me no props. I ain't get no CDFA award.
I was like, what the fuck, man? But then I see like Shea Warm, and people like, oh man, Shea killed them, John. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I see some shit that I'm like, and I'm like, most of the time it's shoes.
Yeah.
Like I bought a pair of Gucci sneakers, or I bought some Prada sneakers. I wasn't even wearing, but it's just like, I did the new American Cups. I'm like, oh, I like them, but I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck. I just like those.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, but people, remember last week we talking about the piece and the pieces?
Yeah.
And people hit me all week about that shit. Like, oh, no, this is a piece. This is right here. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'll buy a fucking pair of joggers from Sam's Club, man. I don't give a fuck, man.
And that's the thing. And part about, being like, a fashion guy or fashion gal or whatever is wearing stuff that's like true to you and understanding like what looks good, what lays right and stuff like that. And it could be the cheapest thing from a thrift store, or it could be like, something that costs $10,000 or
people
whatever.
Who do that, like go thrifting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another.
Because people find vintage stuff, whatever. Because some people like their clothes broken in already. whatever. I'm not one of them people. My shit got to be brand new.
I mean, broken in.
Like some people like stuff that's already worn or has like that worn look. Or
whatever. Like broken in, like you.
Yeah, like you.
No.
Like literally like broken in. Like no, nigga did a couple breaking and enterings in this joint. Like no, this right now. Like look how it's laying. Like no, I want my shit brand new out the plastic. Like,
yeah, see, I'm a big man, so if I break it.
It's broken. Breaking is broke.
Yeah, that joint is broken. Yeah, you ain't gonna get the form back.
That's a fact.
That one, yeah, that's funny as shit. But like, nah, I don't know. Like, I've gotten dressed up. I'd rather get a suit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and then because I understand that a little.
Yeah, I told my girl 2 years ago, I was like, yeah, I'm about to start wearing suits every day. She's like, who the fuck do you think you are? I'm like, then you gonna clown me for getting dressed up? She's like, no, because like, where you going? Yeah. Like, I'm like, no, Kevin Samuel said suit Saturdays. You know what I'm saying? See how people react to you in a suit.
It is funny as shit because like that salmon, the pink suit.
Yeah.
When I wore that, like people really react to you. So I literally pulled up at the Wawa just like me get something to drink on the way downtown. Literally got out the joint. The girl was like, oh no, Big Papa, let me get the door. You know what I'm saying? Get that motherfucker door.
Yeah, get the door, ho. Yeah.
Like people definitely.
You trying to join the team?
Yeah, people definitely treat you different when you wear a suit. That's fact.
Yeah, because they think you're a person of esteem. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the bare minimum, you had enough sense and enough taste to know, like, oh, I'm gonna get this and the shit laying right. Because the suit had an opposite reaction. Yeah. You get a motherfucking chopper suit, big ass chopper suit. You looking like motherfucking Jalen Rose at the draft. That shit gonna have opposite effect. Because now you a clown ass nigga in a baggy suit. Nobody wants to be a clown ass nigga in a baggy suit.
Yeah, man. Getting a big baggy ass suit is crazy.
That ain't it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I saw a big ass suit the other day. I was just like, damn, boy, that's a big ass suit, man. That's a big ass suit.
Why your suit so suity?
You remember where it was like big ass suits was like in
the lick?
Yeah. When I was young, I used to be like, no, when I get old, I'm getting me a bunch of suits. And I had this vision of like the suit pants leg hanging over the back of the shoe. Like, you know how the big ass suit used to be? And as I got older, I'm just like, yo, that shit looks so stupid. Yo. Yeah. Like, why is your suit that fucking big? Old heads love that shit though, man. Love it.
Yeah, I can't get with a fat ass suit.
Love that shit, man.
Like, I got to breathe. I got to be able to move. I got to be able to do the motherfucking Cupid shuffle in this suit.
Yeah, I can't.
You look like an ass. Congratulations, you look like an asshole.
But no, fashion is one of them things I would love to like really, really like, I guess, learn it.
Yeah, we're going to go vlogging. We're going to vlog this shit for the realest podcast ever audience. We're going to take Matt shopping.
Yeah, I would do it.
That's going to be a hit. You know what I'm saying? Because Matt, he got the cologne down. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the man.
He's the motherfucking travel master.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Got that down.
I got that down.
We gonna get this fashion right for 2024.
When we went to Nordstrom for the suits, we barely spoke. You was just like, you was done. And I was just like, I need help, man.
Need help from a teenager.
Yeah.
A teenager with colored dreads.
Yeah, straight up. But I got nothing else for this episode, man.
Hey, man, hopefully this is a great introduction to anybody that's new. Hopefully, you know, all of the people that have been listening, y'all locked in, y'all love the episode. Make sure y'all share this episode. Let everybody know that the realest podcast ever is broadcasting live on Revolt Podcast Network. Shout out to P. Diddy and all of the amazing people that work there, man. This is going to be a super dope journey. For more additional content, make sure y'all hit the YouTube. Go to youtube.com/@TRPE or just hit the YouTube app, search TRPE, and go to patreon.com/official TRPE. Shout out to V, Ryan, our whole Frame family. Make sure y'all visit them at 222 Market Street for all of your dinner, service, brunch, and nightlife needs.
We out.
Peace.